I just thought today I would give you a bit of a whistle-stop tour of all my lovely hostas, which everybody knows I'm absolutely crazy about. And I just thought I'd show you a selection of the ones I've got. There are so many varieties of hosta, and I must admit I don't know the names of all of them, but I'll talk about the ones that I do know. A lot of my hostas are given to me by friends, so I'm afraid their provenance is rather unknown. But I'd just like to start with this one. This one has got, this was given to me, it's got tiny, tiny little leaves. It's one of the smallest hostas I've got. Extremely pretty, and if anybody knows what it's called, I'd be very happy to hear from you. And next up is this one, which has got this lovely sort of tricolour white variegation with these lovely curl twist on the leaves. It's very, very different. This one's called Christmas Candy, and I must admit it's probably the most slug prone of all my hostas, so I have to keep a careful eye on it. Moving down here is probably my absolute favourite. This one is called Devon Green, and it's a rare hosta in that it's quite unusual in that it has these plain, dark, glossy leaves, but what's particularly lovely about it is that in the summer it produces these very tall, elegant, white flowers, not lilac, white flowers, which look fabulous against the dark green foliage. A particular favourite. But this morning, horror of horrors, what do I notice? It's been ravaged. Now that is snail damage, not slug damage. That's done by one big fat snail, which I missed last night, and I found him hiding under the rim of the pot. He got his comeuppance this morning, I have to tell you. Moving down here, we've got a lovely blue one. This is actually going out to a client. This will get quite big eventually when it's planted out. This one's called Empress, and another lovely variegated one. He's only a youngster. I repotted him recently. I'm afraid I don't know what he's called. But if we move over here, this is an old original variety. I've had this for over 20 years, and I've divided it many, many times. So this one doesn't even particularly have a name. It's one of the original ones from which many cultivars have been developed. And at the back here, another one I've had for over 20 years. This one's called Crosser Regal. Absolutely beautiful. Of the blue varieties, this one tends to sort of grow very, very tall. Has very tall lilac flowers. It's quite happy in the sun, actually, and fairly slug resistant. And beneath that is a blue one, called Blue Cadet. Very similar to little mouse ears, but slightly bigger. Fantastic in a pot, great ground coverer, and quite resilient to slugs. And in front we've got another one of my absolute favourites, and probably one of the most beautiful hostas around. It's looking a bit sad this year. This one's called June. It's got a sort of a tricolour leaf with a lovely sort of a bloom on it, but for some reason it hasn't grown. It's gone into its own self-imposed lockdown this year. I don't know why, but I'm going to dig him up and divide it and repot him and see if he bucks up a bit. I think he might be a bit crowded in that container. And next to this is another one that was given to me by a friend. This one will eventually have huge dark green leaves with a very narrow white border on the edge of the leaf. I repotted that one last year, and I buried him too deep, and he didn't come up at all. So I've taken him out, and I've potted him again, and I've potted him much more shallowly. You can just see the roots just under the surface, and now he's decided he likes that, and he's going to come up. So I'm glad I haven't lost him. And last but by no means least, just to put things into some sort of perspective, at the end here we've got the piece de resistance, Summon Substance, which is the biggest hosta around. I got that in a pot. It was just 3 pathetic little leaves. I repotted him into a bigger pot last autumn, and this is what he's done this year. Absolutely enormous. And so far I think the slugs and snails have been totally overwhelmed, and has left it alone. But can I just show you how people ask me, why do you bother, Alison? They're just slug food. But hostas have so many benefits, and they're such rewarding plants. And they're incredibly, they look fantastic in pots. They give ground cover. They obligingly die away in the winter and don't hang around looking dead. They give such pleasure, and they just need a little bit of extra care. And I find that if you put them in pots, they are a bit more slug resistant. And I have tried every method in the book: slug pellets, beer traps, sheep's wool around the base of the plant. you name it, I've tried it, and the only thing that really works if you want to keep your hostas slug free is to go out there after dark with a torch. The torch on your phone is absolutely ideal, and you just do a bit of a slug patrol, and you check underneath all the leaves, all the way around, and just check the slugs. And it's the little tiny ones that do the real damage, because you miss those. And if you have them in pots, you must check under the rim of the pot, because that is where they're going to hide. Best time to do this is around about end of March, beginning of April, when the hostas are actually growing out of the ground. That is when they're most vulnerable, because slugs and snails are pretty hungry by then, and they like fresh meat, and they will do a lot of damage before even the leaves are fully formed. So I go out every night from about the end of March until sort of about mid-May. And I might do that on occasion thereafter, but that will actually mitigate a huge amount of your damage. And that's the best way of growing your hostas. They're incredibly drought tolerant, they're very easy, they just need a little bit of extra TLC. I hope you enjoyed that.